Hi guys, I'm Shazad and welcome in this series. Today we are going to start our new series which is the PHP. Make sure PHP is a hypertext preprocessor language. That means it's a server-side language. Make sure you have two concepts. You have a front end, you have a back end. In the front end, you have HTML, CSS and also the JavaScript and also the jQuery. jQuery is a library of the JavaScript. You also have some kind of front end frameworks like if you talk about the AngularJS or the Node.js to create or to use the dynamic functionalities of your applications. You can also use the Bootstrap 5, which is the most popular front-end framework to create the layout of your applications or of your web pages. So similarly, you have the backend. So if you talk about the backend, we mostly use the PHP because PHP is an open source. You can use the source code from anywhere. Let's suppose if you are submitting a form, you have two fields, email and password. You are giving the fields email and password and you are just click the button. Then what happens? Definitely you are sending the request to your server and the PHP receive the request and process the request. We start from the zero, like how can you create your PHP file, how PHP works. We will discuss about the basic syntax of the PHP. We discuss the basic things like how can you create your variables. We're gonna discuss about the functions, arguments, loops, constants, a lot of things we are going to cover in this series. Once you cover the basic things like how can you create your functions, variables, then we will discuss about the object oriented concepts like what are the classes, how can you create your class, how can you pass the argument, what are the methods, how can you call a particular method by using your object. We're going to discuss each and every single concepts of the object oriented programming in this course. Once we learn the object-oriented programming in PHP, then definitely we will discuss about the MySQL. How can you interact with your database? How can you create your queries or define your queries? Let's suppose if you want to get some information from the database, how can you do that? You definitely use the SQL. So let's suppose I need the student information, then definitely I use select static from the student table. We're going to discuss about each and everything while working on the MySQL or the SQL. Once you learn the basic things of the SQL, then you are ready to go. Make sure if you talk about the backend, you also have several backend frameworks available in the market. Like if you talk about the CodeIgniter, if you talk about the Laravel, Falcon, Aura, Cake PHP, so these are the frameworks available in PHP. Once you learn these basic things, then you are ready to go. You can select the CodeIgniter 4, which is the current version of the CodeIgniter family, or you can select the Laravel, or you can select the Cake PHP, Aura, or any kind of framework. So before learning these framework, you have to familiar with the basics things like PHP, like object-oriented programming, like MySQL. In the next video, we're gonna discuss about some basic things in the PHP. So thank you for